y'all with the 2 phone deals.
I know. That's a coach. That will not be anyway. Okay.
Lee, how are you? Good? Coach, would you like to start with some opening thoughts, and then we'll go to the
Okay. Always really good to start with a win. There's no doubt about that. And, and also a win that I thought we did a good job holding up to our standards of how we want to play, because it's not an easy way to play. It's a fast pace, and there's a lot of it takes a lot of effort to do some of the things we're trying to do. But we're going to, we're different. We're playing different, and it's going to take us a little while to get there. But I was pleased with what we did today.
Last year, there were some issues with starting quarters, starting halves, that type of thing. This morning, you left little doubt in, the way you started the first half, and then you came out in the second half and really, left little doubt about the outcome of the game. And I guess that's something you've really been shooting for.
Absolutely. It is. It's really, you can really just put it all in a nutshell with this one word, and that is standards. This is how we're going to play. This is our standard. And these are the things we're going to do, and we've got depth now that plays into accountability. So quality depth. Like if you're not doing your job, you're not doing it, well, then come have a seat, and somebody else is coming in who's going to, so it's been a challenging summer in a positive way, challenging as far as we're working hard, and there's a lot of competition within this team, and a lot of team camaraderie in a very positive way. They're pushing each other hard, and it's, and hopefully we'll keep going down that road of just growing and getting better and better at this style of play.
On that, with most of the team played, so you got to see the depth go through everything between Chit Chat and Danny and everyone else on the freshman side that played. Did they play up to that standard you were hoping to see them play for the first game?
Yeah, was that for prop? And I'm sitting here drinking. I am so sorry. I drank the prop Coke. Sorry.
Would you like some water?
Go ahead and edit that. Yeah, water would be great. Yeah, I think, these freshmen are, thank you, these freshmen are really competitive. They've played and won at a higher level, and so their expectations are at a higher level. And that's really fun to coach. Now, you bring them in with a veteran group. We've got some veterans now. We've got players who've had 2 years of starting under their belt. We've got them, and now you mesh this group, and meshing them is the most important thing to do. How do they play together? How do they play with each other and compete against each other every day? It's really been a fun group to do. Now, our competition is going to continue to get harder and harder, and then we'll see how we respond to that. But coming out at the half, the standard is to play at this level. They know what that is, and that's the expectation. That is what we're looking for. If you can't do that, then you'll come have a seat, and somebody else will come in. So I know that I don't want that to sound negative at all. It's just that when you get tired, you're either going to come out because you're dog tired and you can't do it anymore, or you're not doing it. So.
You got a lot of different contributions today, but the one person that stuck out to me was Termis with her all-around game. What has she done to get to where she is now? Yeah,
Ari, normally she goes home to Spain in the summer and plays with their national team in their system. But this year Ari, kids have to work on their game. And you work on your game in off-season in the summertime. And Ari's never really done that. She's just played basketball. Well, there's things, you got to get better at things. You got to offensive moves. You got to be a quicker rebounder. You've got to get better at things. And she put the work in. She definitely put the work in. Now, she already has a very high basketball IQ. So now when she improves her skill level in different areas, and you put that with a high IQ, you see a little bit of a different player.
Her passing was really impressive.
She's an excellent passer, and she understands what we're trying to do and what she's looking for, so that definitely helps.
I think on that with just the general IQ of the team, I know y'all want to bring in people that are going to be high in that regard. I know this is a different kind of game that you'll play in ACC play and stuff like that, but were you seeing those decisions you want to see
Definitely.
playing at that fast pace?
Yeah, we've got some kids with really high IQs, and that freshman class coming in, they understand the game really, really well, and so it makes them a lot of fun to coach. But we there's so much room for improvement. This is one game. This is the first game, and you feel good about the win. But there's a lot of areas we've got to improve in. But I like the direction we're going.
It looks like the most impressive thing about the freshman class is, a lot of times you'll see a freshman being a little hesitant about what they're supposed to do, not supposed to do. This group looks like, they have the confidence to go out and do it, and then worry about the consequences later.
Yeah, well, I think you have to give our upperclassmen credit for that, because they have led the way for them all through the summer and all through the fall, and so they don't have the pressure on them. There's not. They've got these leaders ahead, that are teaching them, leading them every day, and it takes the pressure off them. And you think about Kara and Tony, they had the pressure on them. They came in and they had to really, it was tough. And now these freshmen can kind of play and learn on the go and have great leadership ahead, in front of them. Look, and I'll be really honest with you. I don't know what our starting lineup is going to be. This is what we've started the last 2 games. I don't know what it'll be. Because they all work so incredibly hard that, we might see something different on Friday.
Yeah, I guess on that starting lineup thing is just like how. Could you see maybe 6, 7 different people just come in at any given point, just depending on who you need, what you need, and stuff like that? Is that what you're thinking?
I mean, it could be that. Just you just have to you just let it kind of play out. But I like where we are right now, and the rotations we can have early in the game. I think it's really good, and so that's what a coach becomes comfortable with, but you still have to. Kids are still competing,
One more, Rod.
Tony Morgan, we knew Tony Morgan, the rebounder. We knew Tony Morgan and her ability to get to the basket, that type of thing. Now we're seeing Tony Morgan, the shooter. How big is that for this team?
Yeah, well, she spent a lot of time. We knew she had to extend her range. She had to become a 3-point shooter. She worked really hard on that this summer. So you'll see her taking those shots. I mean, to be able to stretch the floor. Because people just sag off of her for the drive, but now they've got to come out there and guard her now. She's a really dangerous player, and I've challenged her on the defensive end. She needs to be. Tony is maybe one of the best athletes I've ever coached ever. So she should be dominating on both ends of the floor, in my opinion. So she's picked up, I think, her defensive. I think we'll continue to see her really become a difference maker on the defensive end.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Coach.
Do you have a book, Liz?